We are entering the age of the streaming wars. We've been talking about this for a while. We've got, of course, Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime are already there. Now Disney Plus has entered the fray. We've got NBC, Peacock coming, and a lot of others. Of course, one of the big Prime ones that everybody has been talking about and waiting to see is, of course, HBO Max. That's the one. And the question has been, when are they actually going to launch this thing? They just keep saying soon. Well, now we know when HBO Max is going to launch. According to the site, HBO has now officially said that they are going to be launching on May 27th. So May 27th is when HBO Max is going to launch. Now, here's the details on this. The subscription streaming package with some 10,000 hours of content out of the gate will debut on May 27th in the U.S., priced at $14.99 monthly, the exact same price as HBO Now. WarnerMedia announced the launch date Tuesday after earlier running online ads with the info. HBO Max, with the tagline, "Where HBO meets so much more," will include all the programming from HBO. That's key. It will include all the programming for HBO. So everything you get on HBO, you'll get on HBO Max. A slate of new original series, third-party licensed content like Friends, Big Bang Theory, South Park, and all the Studio Ghibli films, which got a lot of people excited when they announced that. From Warner Brothers, movies from Warner Brothers, and new line like Joker, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Matrix, Casablanca, Wizard of Oz. Also content from CNN, TNT, TBS, True TV, Turner Classic Movies, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Crunchyroll, Rooster Teeth, and Looney Tunes, as well as HBO original series and movies and things like that, and on and on and on. So they're coming out of the gate. They're coming to the gate hard and heavy, which is wonderful. On many levels, it's absolutely wonderful because right now, with everybody in quarantine and lockdown, we're always looking for more entertainment options at home, more streaming options at home that we can watch to help pass the time, help us get caught up on some good stuff. So, Rob, this is great. This is great. But it brings up one question for me. And look, let me be clear about this. I'm excited about HBO Max. I think it looks great. And I think, getting all that content and the original stuff they want to do, wonderful. In the midst of all that wonderfulness, though, I do have a question. Why have HBO now and HBO Max? Because also within the article, Rob, it says that if you have HBO Now, which I do, I have HBO Now, I'm a subscriber to HBO Now, that I will automatically get access to HBO Max. So if you have HBO Now that has all the HBO stuff at $15 a month, and then you have HBO Max that has everything HBO Now has, plus a bunch of other stuff, and it's also $15 a month, two questions. One, why not just keep it all under HBO? Like, what's with the launch? Why not just add a bunch of things to HBO Now? But on top of that, why, if you want to go, okay, we want to rebrand a new name and all that kind of stuff, HBO Max. Okay, well, why still have HBO Now and HBO Max? It seems a little bit redundant. And between HBO Go and HBO Now and now HBO Max, and HBO thumb up my ass, I don't know, whatever it is, the next thing they're going to call it is. I don't understand what they're thinking from a branding point of view. I mean, it seems to me like they're going to be causing some confusion here. Again, I love the product. I like the look of the product. I'm just a little bit confused as to what they're doing it from a branding and from a marketing point of view. Anyway, Rob, two questions for you here. Number one, what do you think about HBO Max and the fact that they're launching May 27th? And number two, do you think they'll keep these multi-tiered things, even though one has... I don't understand it, but Rob, how do you see this?
Well, I think they're going to... First of all, I'm excited for HBO Max. I mean, it sounds to me like what's not to love. Although I do admit that I find some fascination with HBO thumb up my ass. I would subscribe to that too. But no, I think the reason... They can't just phase out their existing channels. I think what they're going to do is they're going to get everybody over to HBO Max, and then they're going to slowly fade out those other, the other confusing
Now and Go
channels. Yeah, I mean they'll get rid of those, but I think they're launching. It's very strong. I'm surprised at all of the other content. I mean, Crunchyroll, I watch your anime. It's I'm into that. And I think that what they're doing is really, really good. I mean, their content obviously is great. They've got a lot of it. They've got also Warner Brothers, the Warner Library, like they said, third-party shows. I think it's a really smart move. I think it's we're going to see what we're seeing is we're seeing the consolidation and the shaking out of what we're going to wind up with. And I consider, in my mind, I see these streaming channels as becoming our new networks. I think in 10 years, NBC, ABC, CBS are not going to exist in their present form. I think it's all going to be moved over. I mean, NBC is going to be part of the Peacock. There is going to be no NBC anymore because, look, there's a lot of people that haven't, people in more rural areas, people that don't have great internet connections. Things are going to, right now, they'll stick around. But in 10 years, John, the landscape is going to be all streaming, and that's how it's going to be. It's going to be HBO Max is the Warner Brothers network. Disney Plus is the Disney and Fox network. And then the Peacock is NBC, and ABC is part of Disney. So that's how it's going to shake out. And these networks are going to now have a global reach. And that's going to be sort of interesting. It's going to be certainly new.
I do wish they were launching it a bit sooner. I mean, May 27th is great. I mean, that's only a little over a month away. So, I mean, that's great. I do wish they were launching it a bit sooner. And it's going to see how interesting it's going to be because the DC streaming service is another big question mark because they've already said a bunch of the stuff on the DC streaming service is also going to be on HBO Max, which then raises the question, is there a point to having the DC streaming service? Why not bring that into HBO Max as well as a whole? But hey, listen, I'm just glad they're giving us something good. I'm not going to complain too awful much that they're not making it even better, but this does look good. So the question here is for you guys. What do you think about this? Are you thinking, yes, finally, they're going to be launching this HBO Max thing? Are you excited about it? I am, but are you also a little bit befuddled as to their branding here and what it is they're going to be doing with this? Jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Okay, guys.